Yo, tell the all civil organizations to conduct their affairs with total transparency. The convocation was no exception. Uh, What is going on? My internet. You decided that. Doesn't mean we're obliged to show our work to unknown entities such as you. Consider yourself privileged and behave accordingly. Though we see new creations on a daily basis, yeah, they look at them with a different eye. It'll be interesting to observe Hermes at work. Ooh, Hermes time. Last we left. Okay, I'm trying to remember what we were doing last we left off. This time we all get to go for a walk. Isn't it exciting? Lives apart. Yeah. What did we do last time? Okay, so last time, final days were truly upon us, as Stavner fell to ruin. As we, the Scions, approached Stavner, we we've helped out clear um a lot of mess, especially with the beasts now known as blasphemies by the Razatan people. Razatan radiant hosts call it. Ahewan, the current satrap, and Vritra. We come to their aid and help the people of Thavner to overcome their tragedy and stop creating new worse ones, new blasphemies. Do that, but truly our next step is to stop the blasphemies from ever forming. So we all split off in order to search for a way to get rid of them. And Rahatia permits that I go and talk to the last living Ascian that we know of, who is Elidibus. We talk to Elidibus, and Elidibus is like, And then you talk about Elpis, and he's like, oh, let me send you there as my final parting gift. Because he has a duty to fulfill. Van Daniel calls the final days, and he must see through it to the end. And so he sends you to Elpis, which is a location instead of a flower. Now you are here. And then you meet Passive Ladeus and them itself. And Van Daniel, before he's Van Daniel. Composure regained, Hermes is ready to return to his duties. And once it's ready, there are a few creations we need to check on. First, we shall return to the spot where we found our wayward Ambrosia. Abyssoma. Have care we step outside a hub, and there be more unruly creatures about. Ah, the Anthene petaluda, one of the newest species of the other popular butterfly. Huh? You're still bothered about your robe? Don't be. These specimens repurposeful mess. I'll live in vigor now. Hm. When we were discussing his nomination, it was melancholy, not incarnate. Those beautiful Pentaluda. I hope they make it to the world. This here is a new species of Pentaluda recently set loose. It's doing very well, managing to maintain a stable existence thus far. You can see in its observation period to the end of that issue, which I released out to the world. Tell me, do you know the difference between living beings and arcane entities? It is the presence of a soul. The soul is you can have it well. No, it manifests only in those forms who adhere to the laws of creation that can endure on their own. Beings that do not fulfill this requirement, such as those spontaneously born in magic or natural phenomena, do not have souls. No matter how much it might resemble flora or fauna, if it lacks a soul, it is considered an arcane entity. So you see, it's not for mankind to decide what is living. That domain lies beyond our manipulation. It's hubris to assume otherwise. Come, let us head to the nearby beacon. I received a report that arcane entities have gathered there. Ah, yes. Lightning Numa, just as the report said. Although we call the structure a beacon to its form, it is in fact a magical device. By manipulating the balance of elements, it keeps the isle airborne, maintains the climate thereupon. In the course of its operation, it often suits an internal shift towards a given element. Right now, the element is lightning, which draws the Nuba here to replenish their ether. It appears Meteon is busy. You care to assist me in her stead and feed the Numa? By using this lightning converter, you can harness ambient lightning, focus it into a ball. A veritable feast for our dazzling friends. Go on, give it a try. Interesting. You're interested too. Tell me, how did you find the Amistoma? I'm meant to be observing hermits. Instead, we're stuck with Metia. Well, I suppose she herself is proof, serves as proof of his prowess in her research and creative work. A fascinating creation, much like yourself, little one. Renowned as Hermes is for his flying life forms, it is a rare privilege to be able to see one's work in progress. Perfectly done, Satsuko. Look. See how they gather to feed? How they express themselves through their actions despite their lack of words. Speech is not the sole defining characteristic of a thinking, feeling creature, nor is silence an indication that they do not possess these qualities. Yet soulless arcane entities such as the Numa or an ephemeral life form such as the Petoluda. All seek to perpetuate their existence, survive. You. Meteon an arcane entity? Good question. I can answer it, but from a theoretical standpoint. It would ultimately fall to the Bureau of the Architect to pass judgment. Those with exceptional vision, such as Hythlodaeus, may be able to ascertain her true nature. But to me, it doesn't matter. She is herself, and that's all I need to know. Oh, you finished already? I'm sorry, I was in the way. Not to worry, my dear. They miss nothing of note, and we still have plenty of work for them to observe. Next, we will head east to the Morning Dew, and we can speak with some observers there. Oh. Oh, Hermes is such a good man. His daughter Meteon is so cute, too. Oh. Am I going? Oh. That's adorable, but beware its sneeze. Hermes went flying once. Was there a guiding theme for, or any method to the madness that is this random assortment of features? Ah, this fellow's been the talk of the Bureau. The combination of a carefree aspect and endless rows of fangs. It's strikingly charming. It's a goober. 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 I'll be surprised if this is voice.
Amazing, is it not?
Oh my god.
The Ampelos, one of our newest subjects.
Ampelos. The goober.
So, how are we coming along?
Goober.
This place is Elpis. Those flowers. Elpis.
Oh. Yay.
Entelecchies. Like me.
Entelecchies. What's that?
They are a product of Elpis, and so named for their birthplace. A happy accident, born of the hands of a former researcher who loved beautiful blossoms.
Oh.
Unique for how they change color, to reflect the emotional state of those nearby. Though be it here or elsewhere, they are seldom seen in any hue save purest white.
Reflect the emotional state, you say? By what means do they achieve this?
In creation, there exists an energy wholly apart from ether, one driven by emotion.
Here we go.
In like manner to how we manipulate ether, this flower is subject to the influence of said energy. While it has no will of its own, it is sensitive to the prevailing emotion in the vicinity, and reacts by altering its color and vibrancy.
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feelings.
Holy shit.
Akasha. Though I'm not familiar with the term, your description suggests it is the self-same energy. Dynamis, we call it.
Dynamis. Whoa.
And those entities like the Elpis flower that have the ability to interact with this energy, converting emotions into tangible phenomena, are Antelekis.
That's me! That's me! An Enteleki!
That's such a cool name. Enteleki.
That you are, my dear. And no ordinary one at that, but the first possessed of free will.
Oh.
Wait. A form of energy other than ether? Dynamis? I've never heard of such a thing.
Hardly surprising. Dynamis cannot be seen, much less felt. And though its existence has long been theorized, we had no proof until the flower's serendipitous creation. What's more, Dynamis is far weaker than ether. Under normal circumstances, its effects are drowned out by the latter. On account of which, beings comprised of and reliant upon the ether, like you and I, are unable to make practical use of Dynamis. 'Tis a truly esoteric thing, known to but a select few scholars.
Oh.
Intriguing. Then, given the limitations you described, why create Meteon?
Our star, Aetheris, is especially rich in ether, so much so that its name is derived from it. However, when we consider all energy in existence here and in the vast space beyond, Dynamis may account for as much as 68.3%.
Oh,
The
what
more
the
abundant
fuck?
form by far. Were we able to control it, we could open the door to limitless possibilities. 'Tis not unlike a gently flowing stream, unable to break through the dam of ether barring its path. But if we could imbue the stream with the vigor of a raging river... Not that I have such grand ambitions. Nay. I merely wish to create a being that could traverse the great expanse. The relative scarcity of ether beyond the bounds of this star was a concern. And so, I looked to another source of energy by necessity.
That being Dynamis. No wonder her ether is so thin.
She's made of Dynamis?
Precisely.
Yours is thin too. Like an Enteleki. Like me. So... are we the same? Entelekis.
Does that mean they've caught on? If I'm thin, it's because Emmett sucked to do a proper job.
Well, aren't we ungrateful? Mayhap I should revert you to the pathetic, faded thing you were.
A deficit of ether alone does not an Enteleki make. It would, however, make it easier for you to interact with Dynamis. And limited though its influence may be, this quality could prove the difference between victory and defeat. You do well not to underestimate it. Oh
Wait.
dear. I'd forgotten about the poor fella. You must excuse me a moment while I go and verify a few more things.
Interesting. Hello. Alright. Leveled up. I love sassing Emmett Suck a little. Love that guy. Antelechia, no, we're friends. In thinness. Okay. All appears to be well. This shouldn't take long. 50. Never before had I heard of dynamis or entelechies. I can only assume the Elpis flower was submitted to the Bureau before I joined. Where is the flower? Right there. The greatest contribution. And Suck appears to be deep in thought. Not that I or anyone else would be able to make sense of it, make use of it, even if we knew. But it irks me to discover there's an entirely different form of energy, and no one told me. That personal annoyance aside, Hermes' knowledge is undeniably impressive. Given that there are none among the 14 who specialize in the celestial, he would be a welcome addition. Assuming he can be persuaded to join, that is. I still can't understand his hesitation. Why did you join the convocation, Hades? Would you wish to know why Emmett Silk was chosen for the convocation? I should be glad to share the tale. Began when... But another word. Lest you've forgotten, we're here to learn about Hermes, not me. My misspent youth is not of your concern. I'll tell you until later, when we're away from sensitive years. I love you, Hippodeus. Oh, but now, I want to learn about the convocation. This feels like Shadowbringers. I talked to him, he told me things. If you would accompany us, I suppose you must at least know this much. Convocation number 14 is a governing body that determines myriad policies. Our goal is to ensure that all is right with creation, their star may know a brighter future. As the name suggests, the council is comprised of 14 offices, each of which is held by a certain individual chosen with surpassing abilities. Depending on the office, one is required to be an authority in a certain field to possess skills that facilitate the performance of their stipulated duties. The former category includes Mitra, specialist in aquatic life, Lograph, specialist in terrestrial life and husbandry, Amarut, specializing in fungal plant life, Emeraloid, specialist in medicine and healing, and Lahabrea, specialist in creation magics, who has brought forth phantom beings of the highest complexity. As for the latter category, there's Ultima, advocate of the arts, Igiorm, champion of enlightenment and rhetoric, Ashtaro, preserver, discipline and order, Emitsuk, keeper of the ethereal realm or underworld, the vernacular, Daniel, pursuer of extant phenomena, and Azam, traveler of the world and counselor to the people. What? Should I be revealing such details to you? Don't be silly. Even children know this much, and would do well to remember it all. Never mind. Why did you bother me? Honestly, I can't believe you think you're created for the sole purpose of trying my patience. Yeah, he exists to annoy you, buddy. Hermes, my apologies for the wait. I've inspected the antlers to my satisfaction. All is well with the creature, and I dare say it won't be ere long before it's released into the world. Another creation, however, reportedly isn't faring so well. The Charybdis. That's what we shall tend to next. If you would follow me, my friend, we shall return to the main isle and head north. Off we go. This is insane to me. Whoa, troubled observer. Forgive me. That another member of the convocation had come. This is turning out to be an eventful day. Why is this one blue and shiny? Serpentine bird or a weird snake? There's a slight difference in etherical balance between these Charybdis. By this, you may assume that these aren't the original creations, but their offspring. What's going on, buddy? I understand there's a problem with one of the Charybdis. Yes, that's right. As you know, the Charybdis is based on a sea creature. Owing to adjustments to enhance its affinity to wind, it is capable of flight. The specimens created from the concept could all fly without issue. The problem arose in subsequent generations. The third generation was born with an etheric balance leaning strongly towards water, its aquatic origin reasserting itself, it would seem. The result being its affinity to wind is diminished and it cannot fly. No matter what we try, we can't get it to rise, even the slightest bit. Such a change to manifest in such few generations. I fear they're too unstable, flawed. We commission our alert the creatures and recommend to the Bureau the concept be revised. With its direct balance leaning towards water, the Charybdis would indeed struggle to manipulate wind. It's too early to conclude it cannot fly. Having failed at first, we have simply developed a fear. I shall transform and fly with it, helping to manipulate the wind until it finds its wings. What? You need it go such lengths? You don't know? But of course not. Transformation is an art in which one manipulates a vast quantity of ether to construct another body around oneself. In practice, this allows one to assume any conceivable form, thereby transcend the limits of one's flesh. Inconvenient though it may be, transforming in the presence of others is considered vainglorious in the extreme, as uncouth and unseemly as running around roadless. Shameful. Am I to understand you make a habit of this? Nothing of the sort. It's just that when transformed, they can wield the wind and fly. It makes them excessive, but what is our shame is in the lives of these creatures. We deserve a chance. We owe it to them to do all in our power. Be that as it may. Yes, I believe I have a solution, Emmett-san. May I trouble you to move that Charybdis away from its fellows, somewhere out of sight. Meanwhile, I'd like the rest of you to help me prepare here. What mischief are you scheming now? No mischief, I assure you. I would spare the need to report to your colleagues that Hermes committed an indiscretion. Have little faith and run along. I trust you don't mind. If Deus is the man of ideas, I wonder what he's thought up this time. Such a bother when we could simply begin anew. I shall defer to the chief overseer. Let's have the chariot to fly, else they will all die. Emmett Silk is out of sight. Good. Let's speak of the plan. Stroke of genius, really. We have Emmett Silk trained to chariotist. Sorry? Aside from being able to fly and transform, you can readily see ether currents. As adept spellcraft, you can also employ suitable wind magics to guide the creature along. While he's indeed capable of all you mentioned, it is not his duty. I am loath to trouble him for it. Don't be, as I mentioned, also be for his own sake. Now that's settled, let's begin at once. I want you to go to Emmett Silk. Tell him you have a favor to ask. He'll be disinclined to cooperate at first, but you mustn't be discouraged. With our friend, the trick is to be unflaggingly persistent. Off you go now. Good luck! Emmett boy. This is amazing. This is Annoy Emmett Silk. The quest. Oh my god. How long have I waited for this moment? I would love to annoy this man. Emmett! 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 Targeting Emmett. Yo. Oh no you don't. I'm not lifting a finger. I don't know what Deus is up to, and I will not be made to know. I refuse. If Deus is to believe, relentless insistence may serve to wear down the ever-weary Emmett Silk. Please.
No, no, no. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
Yeah, I will. I am going to.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so.
Got it.
And so I appeal to your better nature, most benevolent Emmett Silk. Please teach her to fly.
Or else Hermes will transform. Right now.
Oh shit.
Now,
shit.
there's no need to go quite that far. Altruism is its own reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
Oh, would he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Deus is having
Nothing
a
so
field day.
devious. I merely suggested a possible course of action.
Please, Emmett Silk. Please.
Aw, Mission!
I did not come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I'd thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last.
She's so cute! Oh, she's so happy! Alright, Emmett. Do your work. Whoa, it's my mount! The Grannis!
I will aid it once it has taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
Emmett's like rides like granny.
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we?
God damn it, Hippodias. I'm not scheming. Oh, I love this shit so much. Come on.
You were wondering why Emmett Selk joined the convocation.
Oh, it's time!
Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was, on the strength of my ability to see ether. But I declined the offer. For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects. Worse even, quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so. What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it? Emmett Selk has no such shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree. If there is a mage more powerful, I do not know of them. Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one, far from it. Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over, to whom he had previously lent a helping hand.
Aww.
Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault. He deserved every bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend.
Asm.
A singular soul who can't help but involve herself in the business of others. Where she walks, excitement is certain to follow. Her antics irritate Emmett Selk to no end. But much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern.
Imagine not being done with this yet.
When our friend calls,
let me soak it in, bro.
he never fails to answer and lend his talents.
Ah, Emmett's soaking Asm. That's so cute.
And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him. They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends.
Aww.
To help them realize their dreams. This will be my greatest contribution to our world. And when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine, and together we may return to the star. Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you.
He does not know,
I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul. I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
Do I snitch? Oh.
Well done, my pet. Well done!
Tion! Ah, he's flying! Oh, wholesome! Yay!
Ah, yes. I dare say the Charybdis will be fine here on.
I can't believe that is pronounced Charybdis. Okay.
Why don't you go and signal to Emmett Selk? Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
How else would you say it? I've been saying it Papago way the whole time. I was surprised that's how you pronounce it. Like, Charybdis. I sound like Blade, dude. What the fuck? I'm fucking Jesus. Alright. If the day what's up, bro? But I didn't know better, I'd say Emmett Sook was enjoying himself. Not that he'd ever deign to admit it. This zone is so fucking cool. Oh my god. Oh, someone wave at Emmett. Etienne. Look how where the Charybdis flies. It's flying. It's really flying as if it were born to do so. Thank goodness. Emmett! How do I target him? Emerging from his reverie, Emmett's Suck notices you and begins to descend with the Charybdis. I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, the Charybdis has learned to fly. Look at it! It looks so happy. Satsuka and I could relax and have a pleasant chat. I'm sure you did. The creature needed some small assistance at first. Soon it was flying more or less on its own. I doubt you will need to repeat the lesson. That was truly impressive. I have witnessed this all from before. The Charybdis flies. Yeah? Indeed, with this, we've proven that even a creature with skewed etheric balance is capable of flight. Though we helped it to achieve this, the Charybdis is a herd animal. They may well aid their struggling kin in fashion, if and when the need arises. Keeping this in mind, I bid you continue observing them. That's what you want. Though, if I may say so, rather than hoping an idealistic possibility come to pass, would it not be so simple to have the concept adjusted? That way, we could guarantee that anomalies such as this specimen are never born in the first place. Variety is the spice of life. This creature's already here. We have spared no effort in giving them a chance to survive. As you wish, Chief. As you wish. Come on. Wow, you just really talk to him like that and it follows you. Hey, miss. I'm fine. Don't worry. That concludes all of my present tasks. Let's return to Anagorissus for now. Yeah, sure. At the beginning of the zone, there was a hint that Venal was here. I really want to see her. I think that'll be later though. I think I'm barely halfway through this. There's like a little hint. This and Mayor Lemon Torm's like BGM fucking slaps. Lo-fi hip hop needs to relax / study too. So true. Anagorissus. Wow. Alright, let's talk. All the creations are happy. That makes me happy too. Hermes. Now you see what I do. Is it everything you were expecting? I thoroughly enjoyed myself. At the end, most of all. What? Not to apologize for forcing me to help, do you? Save your breath. You didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose the most expeditious way to have done with it. Impediment to our business. I didn't clean up my inventory. Look at the shit. God damn. But something seems to be weighing on Hermes' mind. Ether to ether. Alright, what's up? Tell me, in the course of watching me, have you learned to alter value? Dynamis seem promising. Dynamis, you say? Curious that such an obscure phenomenon should be of interest to you. Chief Hermes, we good fortune to find you here. Yo, something the matter? The Lycon. I'm just gonna say that. I'm afraid it's done it again. Now sooner than we release one for observation, but set upon the nearby Occupetes, slaughtering them. Was the creature hungry, or somehow provoked? I just fed them myself, and the Occupetes were keeping a wide berth. It's the nature of the Lycon is the blame, their innate viciousness. Temperament aside is an astounding creation, perfect in form and function. Though it may not be suited for release, I've no doubt that the Bureau will accept its concept for preservation. In any case, there's no point in postponing the inevitable. Doros will revert them all once the paperwork is in order. Where is the scene of the incident? Just off the path of the 12 Wonders. Please make your way. You should see it on the left. I don't know if Doris is still there, however. Hermes, wait! This is part of his work, then I would observe, follow. Alright. Dude, I have this animal. That's crazy. Oh, wait. Give me that purple quest. Give me that purple quest. I want the purple quest. Alright, Junkmonger. How do you feel about me selling shit to you? No, I'm not gonna decent any of this. I do not care. I keep these so that I can sell them for that one thing. Good enough. Cool. Sophie's Touring Anagaryssus Part 1. Welcome, friend, to Anagaryssus. I am Sokos, and I manage the region under the authority of Chief Hermes, the head overseer of Elpis. And you are... how unusual. So very familiar. Familiar must have a mission, and yet you offer no message and carry no cargo. Are you perhaps here for the purpose of observation? Yes, that must be it. In which case you need only mention my name to Chairman. She'll gladly give you a tour of our domain. Soak it all in. Thanks, Sokies. I will definitely soak it all in. Alright. Yo. Yes. Yes. What can I do for you? Such cousin. Overseer Sokos wishes to ask me as your guide. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, I didn't mean it like that. I'm more than happy to show you around. I'm simply wondering why the Overseer chose to send you to me, of all people. I haven't been here long myself, truth be told. Until recently, I was wholly engaged in a prolonged research project at the Academia Nido. Surely there are more other experienced individuals who could provide a more comprehensive... This grumbling is hardly constructive now, is it? The task was given to me, and I'll attempt to cover the most salient features of our facilities to the best of my abilities. After all, it's not every day that one is asked to indulge in curiosity with such a rare and fascinating visitor. You can commence this tour this very moment if you like. Let's begin. You know, rather than have me lectured as we walk along, I think observing firsthand what we do here in Anagorissus would be provide more beneficial. I point you in the right direction, and you can question my colleagues to your heart's content. Once you've completed the circuit, return and speak to Overseer Sophos. Aha! Hassian friend. Hello, friend. Charmian. Now, who is your friend? Yo, as is familiar, why you appear so astute and deliberate in your thinking, very much like an extended study of your composition and consciousness. Oh, do forgive my forwardness. It's my duty to chart the behaviors of familiars, and I find it ever so diverting. Arcane servants are rarely permitted to roam the world at will, you see. But our research here is given special dispensation. Fuck! Dispensation. Dispensation. Fuck! It took me forever. Once the subjects are properly registered as concepts, of course. There are times when familiars tasked tending cattle or must otherwise coexist with other living beings. Such projects are brought to me, and I am responsible for observing and evaluating their potential compatibilities. Oh, but of course, if Acid might grant his position, then you could abide us for a few years while I analyze. On that note, we must really be moving along. Step lightly. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Sorry, I looked at good boy. Good boy. Wait, I like good boy. Good boy is funny. Paramonos. Hello, Paramonos. What do we have here? A familiar of some kind, judging by your ethereal structure. Yes, I accompany Satsuka around a tour of Anagorissus, at the behest of the Overseer. Tour. Feel free to wander as you please, of course, but advise keeping your distance from the larger creatures. The fauna I have under observation occupies the top tier of the food chain. Do not take kindly to intruders of their do not take kindly to intruders of their territory, especially the specimen found in the other islands. They can be exceedingly hostile. While I'm sure you're capable of defending yourself, no one can appreciate a surprise tusk through the abdomen, eh? Thank you for the warning, but proceed with due caution. What are these side quests? I would actually like to do these, because I love asking side quests. Blast. Hello, champion. Was there something? The Overseer asked that I get this familiar tour of the grounds, and I thought the best way to do that was to show her what we do here firsthand. I see. Well, as my work is rather difficult to demonstrate, I hope a brief explanation will suffice. Our creations are many and varied, but I mainly preside over the plant life. When it comes to watching certain grasses grow, one must be prepared to observe over the course of several years. In the case of trees, sometimes decades. Tedious, perhaps, yet necessary. Plants are capable of altering an entire habitat, and their presence as a food source has an enormous influence on the local wildlife. That's sort of the thing you wish to know. Yes, that's perfect, thank you. I think we've covered the main areas of interest. All that is left to speak with Overseer Sophos. Sophos! Look at that Asian run. They're just Elizin, but tall, and no ears. I mean, taller. I don't think they have the neck thing either. Sophos! See, you've completed your tour. Almost. We spoke in charge of the various facets of Anagorissus, but I thought it'd be fitting to end the visit where it began, with you. I see it. What is your impression of the work we do here? Requires equal levels of passion and patience. I'm glad we could help further your worldly education. And I'm glad to see you enjoyed the experience. At least I hope you did. It's truly a masterpiece of creation. Only a soul-bearing familiar can demonstrate such robust cognitive faculties. Right? Perhaps designed to inspire others. I feel something special has been woven into your aura. I am an aura. You have an intriguing presence, to say the least. Please stay a while and share more of your thoughts with us. Yes, I second this invitation. In all the long years I've resided here, never have encountered such a unique entity, and one of Aslam's no less. What if I told you I am, but just 8 times rejoined? Any rejoiners? Yeah, I believe in the rejoining. Too bad it's never happened again. Killed Zodiac. Unlucky. Alright. We'll have to actually continue MSQ. Northwest, so it'd be up here at the... what do they call it? Okay, this is the 12 Wonders. Ba -ba -ba -ba. Ba -ba 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 -da. Where are my lo-fi hip-hop remixes of the song? And of Mare Lamentorum? Oh, here's the homies. Hey yo, what up? I face the beast this Lycon, but where is it now? The Occupet is no easy prey. With its hooves and horns, it was designed to be formidable even on land. Yet they didn't stand a chance against the Lycon. Lycon. It's heavy, and this is pain. The lacerations and burns are unmistakable. The Lycon is indeed responsible. Creature is nowhere to be seen. Doros must have taken it away. This man makes his base at the 12 Wonders. I should go and seek him out there. Mutsuka and I will search the area for good measure to make sure the Lycon did not escape. My thanks. Let us meet at the 12 Wonders when you're finished. I'm gone ahead. Please follow with Satsuki. Come on, Mitsuyon. Come, it's down the path and over the bridge. I really want to know what the 6th area is. I really gotta know. Everyone keeps... Not everyone. I went on Twitter this morning, and people finished Endwalker already, and I want to know what it's on about. They're on about. But I do not. I will find out myself. Could be the DLC, dude. I want to go confront Heidelin. My theory, my crackpot theory, is that Xenos is gonna go to Heidelin before we do, and then we're gonna have to fight Xenos as Heidelin. It's gonna be some wild shit. Xenos left after Mare Lamentorum, so I have no idea where the fuck that guy's been. Okay, that's up over here. I can't read that. It's on. There it is, the 12 Wonders. Hermes is looking for Doros. There's a for Doros too. This man with long blonde hair. I think I'll know him when I see him. Let's go. Thank you, Vitian. I'm assuming you're on an errand for Hermes. What can I do for you? Looking for Doros. I see we do have similar air. Should find him soon. Let's talk to him. If I get back and record today's results, I should be able to put that report to bed. All color is wrong. Why do they have quest markers? I thought those amounts. It's like color switch Griffin. Colors. Loros. Doros, that's Doros. Well, if it's a Mitya, what brings you here? Oh, I thought I heard familiar voices. I didn't realize you two decided to help me search for Doros. Thank you. You're in charge of the Lycons. Really? Where are they now? On the fields of restraints. Frenzied as they were, I couldn't return them to kisses. Once I've submitted my report, I'll see them reverted without delay. As he says, the beasts are indeed quite ferocious. You're one of the 14. What brings you here? Nothing you need concern yourself with. As you will. Heard the news. The Lycons slaughtered Occupides. As the server in charge, you have the opinion that are not fit to be released? I am. The abnormal aggression of exceptional strength mistakes it for a highly problematic combination. It matters not where they're released. Lycons would threaten other species and upset the natural order. Could it be that the specimens are indeed an outlier? Highly unlikely. We created many a good pool of them. Many of them, all exhibited the same tendencies. Even when we released Kairos to begin with a fresh state, their behavior was unchanged. Kairos. Memory reconfiguration system. The chief himself created it. It allows us to erase or alter memories that may observe creations of different environmental conditions, without needing to remake them from scratch. Quite impressive, and potentially dangerous. Depending on the intensity of the etheric emission, Pastora may wish to have words with you. Rest assured, I've kept all values within prescribed limits, and to prevent misuse, his applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand. To manipulate the subject's memories is an intrusive act I deeply abhor, but it's still preferable to execution. Come now, Chief, let's not be so melodramatic. What was born of ether is being reduced to its original state. None of the distinction concerns you. We mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture. Making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. Our creation cannot be properly studied even with the aid of Kairos. We'll remake it. If creation is indeed deemed a detrimental existence, we unmake it. This is all for the greater good, and none question the necessity of such routine processes. I understand these things, I do. I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat onto the world. Yet, insignificant though their individual lives remain next to me in all creation, it is all the Lycons have. Before we seal their fate, we owe to these beings to exhaust all options. to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. If you insist, we provide you with the full report and we take it from there. Would it be possible for us to attend a discussion that Emmett Sook may better carry out his duties? By all means, pray show them to the meeting room. Statch. Man, other beings are just things, to be used and controlled like magic. That's what Hermes told me once. You didn't me and intellect you to feel the weight bearing down on Hermes. I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time. Mityan, are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes. It's you. I won't go to the meeting. I'll stay with Setsu. Though that I'm to repose, and leave Mityan in your care again. Of course. I'm in your debt, if you will excuse me. Can you help me with something, Satsuka? The meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up. The flower. Hermes like flowers, most of all the creations in Elpis. Most creations are expected to be interesting or beautiful or strong, or better in some way. Flowers are different, designed to suit our emotions, what we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes them. I can't make flowers, so I'll search for one. And I want you to search with me. Let's start here at the 12 Wonders. Aw, that's so wholesome. Vibrant purple flowers bigger than your hand adorn the tree. Ooh, so big and bright. I love them. They might be too bright. You have to think of the recipient. That's what Hermes said. Slender tree. Tall slender tree rises before you. Paint your luck to look for flowers. No flowers. There are apples. We could cover them in syrup. Let's head outside next. Don't worry, you won't wander far. Got it. Array of beautiful flowers grow in their bed, a mix of colors forming a pattern. These would be better for Hermes, but they're hedged in. This means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisonous. Any other place should we find them? Let's keep looking. Is that what I think it is? Let's talk real quick. Vibrant or subdued? Interesting or plain? The oddly shaped flower is mesmerizing in its undulations. Oh, a coneon! Coneon! Flower that can move. My Hermes isn't looking and shot seeds at him. Not a good gift, maybe. But you're good at spotting flowers. We'll find something soon. This is gonna lead us for him to get an. We're gonna give him an Elpis. Or something. I want an Elpis. I miss my Elpis. Junction. They saw nothing promising nearby. Best common looking grasses with tiny few flowers. Nothing around here. Ah! Over there! Something big, huge! I don't like that. Terrible stench reminiscent of sodden old boots pervades the air. Without a doubt, the culprit is the marble-like creature before you. It's an Adonis! The things around the mouth look like petals, the flowers are the orbs on his head. When Hermes inspected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think? Would he like it? It's probably the not sort of good memory. Not this one either. Finding good flower, it's harder than I thought. I'm sorry, but can we search a little more? Maybe as far as the fields over there. I'll pick something after that, I promise. Yeah, I don't think Hermes is okay after that. Lush green fields stretch out before you, ending where sky begins. Oh, there's nothing. Ooh, the shiny thing over there. Look at me. Shiny object. It's more of them flowers. I knew we would end with Elpis. What a discussion of flowers would be perfect without these. Ooh, Elpis flowers. They're here too. Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, the Entelecties. Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermes though. For others, they're always white and bright. These? Truly, the flower was dark in your home. But do you have it too? A dark emotion? I know the pain and sorrow of loss. I felt great fury and frustration. I've been plagued by doubt and anxiety. I dare say I have a few. You don't have to say it. I can feel it's something you want to hide. Damn, they really just went for the player there, dude. Jeez. The immersion. Wow. Won't you blend it to me? The darkness inside you. I want you to make the flower dark. In front of Hermes. He's been in a dark place since before he created me. He needs to know that he isn't there alone. That others are sad too. I got you. Truly, you'll do it. Thank you. It means more to me than I can say. I can't wait to see how Hermes reacts. Let's go back and fetch him. I'm suspiciously close to crying there. Oh, fuck this game. Hepatocyte is a familiar creature. My, what a familiar essence you have, like that of a familiar. If you're familiar with the concept. Good one, good one. More just my little joke, Satsuko, was it? I am Hippotho. Meow. Meow. Yes, we're getting to that. Let's go say hello to our familiar friend here. She is an Aloros. The Aloroi are one of our newest creations, highly attuned to abnormalities in their environment. At the first sign of danger, they sound the alarm, by which I mean meow loudly. We do our best to observe all creations. Elpis is simply too large to maintain a constant vigil over each and every temperamental species. A more efficient means of detecting conflict between creatures is in order. Thus, I have taken this Aloros under my wing to further develop her capabilities in this area, and she does enjoy a little progress. This evening, we are testing her ability to pinpoint sites of conflict. I'd like to observe. Simply tell her that her task is begun, and she'll do her utmost to locate disrupting creatures. Please do subdue any of these subjects once you found them. We can have beasts running amok. Meow meow. Go. Take me. Take me away from outer space. I was quite content, but in the name of science, what were the results? As I expected. Well done, little one. Magnificent creatures, the both of you. It's a shame we cannot give you a pair of tiny wings and a belt too. But it's against protocol, I'm afraid. The Alora are enchanted with theirs at birth, so they are able to acclimate properly. I'm certain you have your own unique potential to rise to. However, in fact, want to join us for another phase of testing? No. It seems they're still talking. Let's wait till they're finished.
Hermes!
Oh, you were waiting for me.
Of course we were.
You've finished talking?
Yes, we've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company. Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Elpis flowers?
You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteion has shared much with you. May we talk a moment?
Of course. Fireflies. Hedgehog!
I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain. They sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear. And it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Not amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? And I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. Owen asked what you thought as you kneeled beside the Elpis, or if you only did it at Meteion's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort. To so willingly lend an ear to ease my burden, you are a strange one. The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of Dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteion and her sisters. Aye, sisters. She has a great many of them. And they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life. As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Mityon. Let us head back.
All right!
What did she see? What could have she seen? That was so good. Oh, Hermes. Morning. Be able to get some rest. Please do not hesitate to let us know if you're feeling tired. I worry you might exhaust your scarce reserves of ether. Her digital familiar returns, not to causing all manner of trouble while we remember meeting them, sure. You wish. Glad Henry saw the flowers. Thank you. It will help. I hope. Today will be difficult for me. An all too brief interlude, perhaps, but it's the time I attend to my next task. As Emmett Suck and the dais are aware, reach a verdict regarding the fate of the Lycones. Lycones. 7 were created for observation. All 7 must be made. Doris has followed the correct protocols, and as chief overseer, I can find no fault in his judgment. The Lycones will disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves start and perish. They cannot be released into the wild, and cannot be allowed to remain here and help us. I intend to petition the Bureau of the Architect to have the concept preserved as a restricted purpose hazardous life form. If the dais is pledged to support me in this endeavor, yet whatever the Bureau decides, the existing Lycones have served their purpose. Doris has already isolated the creatures and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join with him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion of this study. If you are resolved, then we have no choice. We have but to accompany you. Of course, let us be off then. Return to the main city. Badge. Dude, Sabranza. Don't know what I was talking about. So sad. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Doris, are you hurt? What happened to you? They caught me off guard. I had bound them with ethereal shackles, but became frenzied. Even more so than usual, and broke free. I was able to stop 4, Because you escaped. I see them. She will take it to the air above the 12 wonders. The last one is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and Sasuke can handle that. The pair in the sky, you can lead to me. This is how it must end, but so be it. I'll render assistance them at suck, needed though as it is. Etienne, you're to stay here with Doros. But Hermes, the Lycons is reverted. I will spare you their pain and mine. It's my burden, not yours, but if you intend on helping, then please follow my lead. Stay with Hermes. You need someone when the time comes. Don't mind my wounds, they're easily healed, but it's the Lycons which concern me. Appreciate your help and lament that is necessary. There it is, a quarry, within striking distance at present. It feels threat, may well flee beyond our reach. Here's my plan. You approach slowly in full view, and draw the Lycon's attention. Now I warn you, its abilities are as fiery as its temperament. Once it spots you, it will unleash orbs of flame. Fear not, by thy measure, you're more than equal to the task. Withstand the onslaught for a few brief moments. That'll give me time to catch it unawares. Ready to begin.
Now!
Oh. Forgive me. Please, forgive me.
May you
Oh.
and your kin find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten, in concept endure, to reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire. Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy. But leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high, fly free.
Join the convocation, Hermes. You do not belong here.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction? I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Van Daniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts, I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes! Please don't be angry. It hurts so.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Aye.
Years. It's been quite an exciting visit with you thus far. Oh, you were injured, were you? Good, good. The other Lycons have been taken care of. Incident resolved and life in Epis continues as normal. Or ends, as the case may be. Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' argument. No matter what deserved the rest, there's a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet I never had the departures come with such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What was it like to experience such torment? I really hope he's okay. I don't know what answer he's searching for, or if it's within our power to give it, but I believe he will make a fine Van Daniel, and that if he rejects us out of hand, we'll all be less servants. 87? Sorry. Hythlodaeus wishes to discuss plans for the remainder of your visit. Where to now? If there's anything you would like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way. Hermes does not outright refuse his position with the convocation, merely postponed the decision. As such, I may as well resume my assessment. If I cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues. But be ever the pragmatist, and allow me to remain your humble guide. I want to view you, Satsuko. Will you continue along with us? Wonderful. Our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis and see what new encounters there are to be had. If you would follow me, we will first head back towards Anagnosis. We part ways with Hermes not far from here. Given the size of Elpis, I expect to cross our paths will cross before ere long. I was going to say before ere long, so whatever. From here we follow the path northwards to Notoneus. There we find one of the teleporters which facilitate travel between the islands of Elpis. First-time travelers must be accompanied by someone with the requisite permission, which I have been previously granted. You only need to use the device together once, and the other's forces shall leave to use it freely. Shall we? Now I'll be able to fly soon, so... Unless the deity is pressing, I will be tracking Hermes with my ethereal sight. This poor man is to spy on someone's comings and goings with such a passion, so don't ask. Social conventions notwithstanding, receiving ether requires deliberate and intense concentration, and we otherwise keep our eyes on the corporeal world. Here we are, Notoneus. Teleporter will take us to Calimerios Zephyros, the Western Island. That's it right here, looming large over us. Step this way, and we can soon admire the view from above. Ooh.
I present to you Calimerios Zephyros. Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos. Right then. Let's begin by... Well, well, an Arrhaeus. How delightful.
What's he doing? Oh shit.
And what, pray tell, is that?
Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago.
Oh shit.
Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept.
Doopy strap.
At first, they were largely orthodox, consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact. And then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight, another superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst. Concepts with multiple heads, or arms and legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end, I couldn't deny their passion. And here we are.
Wife. Oh my god.
That was too close. Are you unharmed?
It's her.
Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Banar, that we should meet you here.
Hi, Vanna. That's her. That's crazy.
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star. Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work.
Oh, wait, what did she have? What was her title?
Vanar is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
Oh, dude! That makes so much sense!
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well. Less so, Emmet Selk. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number. A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
No wonder we have a connection. We're both Azems. Duh!
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is she, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Huh, you know I am.
Oh, I love this Vanna, dude.
Now then, you are?
He already knows. What do I say? What am I supposed to say? She already
I
knows.
say, have you perchance come from the future?
Ha-
I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you. Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
She's exposing me. She's exposing me.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
No! Why is she
A
exposing me
traveler's
like
ward,
this?
of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
That sounds rather like the Blessing of Nights.
I see you are not ignorant to its presence. And while there are many protective spells, the one you bear is unmistakably mine.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
I'm not allowed to reshape the past.
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours. How very exciting. I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future. Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest. Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
Hi, Sloth. This is insane to me. Hold on. I can't believe she found us out. Fuck. Oh god.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself. As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
Yet. I bet Soak's gonna fucking court me. Alright, fine.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation?
I've just been exposed
I've
to
been
being from the
working here for
future.
some days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos. We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly, and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to, and quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
Yeah. Well, Vena, I always knew the Lady of Light was you, but now I'm certain. Because you're so pretty. It's not even a probably anymore, it's a definitely. And here I thought you were a harmless stray familiar. As far as I'm concerned, the nebulous talk of future and changing history that can wait. First, I mean to find out exactly who you are and what you hope to achieve here. The future, our future. I'm deathly curious to hear more. My apologies, but before we move along, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I have not left unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept engraved crystal, and the quick-fingered Aureus, which made up with it. And Aureus, you say? I think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted from that business with the shark. We'd like to try and follow its ethereal trail. That would have been, of course, lead us only to the Aureus. There's no guarantee it hasn't dropped or stashed away the crystal you seek. Please, even that much would be enormously helpful. While you are hunting down the thief, I could follow behind and scour the forest floor just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of you. Many thanks. A small bridge leading into Poiton Oikos. Let us meet up there once we've exhausted our efforts. I'm nonetheless excited. What is that? Oh, it's just a teleport. Wait, the music's more developed over here. Like, instead of it being like a solemn memory, I mean solemn piano, it's a little more developed here. Maybe it's because of the revival of Vena. I didn't know she was the previous Azam. That is sick. No wonder she likes us. No wonder we're her champion. Because we're Azam. That makes so much sense. And if she appointed me to be her replacement of the convocation, dude. That makes so much sense. What a reveal. And she's so carefree and like nice. Damn, I really wish the convocation and the Nas faction didn't have a falling out. It really sucks. Hydaelyn and Zodiac really had to happen, didn't they? Well, now these Amarotines know that I'm from the future. Great. Alright, Vena. My friend. My mother Crystal. Mommy Milky. Mommy Milky. Mommy Milky. Azams, both mentor and student, are a force to be reckoned with. I find them a delight personally, but they have a habit of making Emmett Silk look as if he bit down on a sour grape. The problem you present is vexing enough without adding the old Azam to the equation. She wonders why these lines upon my brow go deeper, and she herself wields the hammer and chisel. Our last searcher returns. I'm afraid the Aurea is no longer at the crystal, nor was I able to find it as I followed in its wake. I don't suppose you fared any better. Well, I have it, so here you go. Crystal, well done. Wonderful. Now I can focus on your tale without that missing concept nagging at my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? Traveling and searching do go hand in hand. We travel often then. It seems we have something in common. Long ago, when I held the seat of Azam, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys has lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet I'm still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interest require my personal attention. This is what brings me to Elpis, in fact. Many times has my presence been requested, my opinion sought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. What's strange and wonderful is that one thing leads to another, wouldn't you agree? Of course! Bernard is in a cheerful mood. Thank you again for your timely help. Now then, it's time I return the stolen property. You go ahead on to my accommodation. I will join you as soon as I have attended to that task. Follow the path straight ahead to the building at the top of the slope. I have the entire place to myself. You can speak about fear of being disturbed or overheard. First, I want ether currents. Feed me ether currents. I want ether currents. So does that mean Hythlodaeus? I don't know if Hythlodaeus is like best friends with Queen Vana. I can't tell. I do know they know each other. Because Hythlodaeus literally knows everyone. Northeast, it's up here then. Wait, if it's 67, then I have a trial to do soon. And then I have the 80 trial. Or 90 trial. Pegasus. You didn't be nervous around Vana. Those right robes mark her as one of fair and impartial reasoning. Aside from the emissary, Elidibus, such garb is only worn by those who step down from public office to serve as advisors. Whatever you have to say, she will listen without judgment. Yes, it would be far more comfortable than interrogating you on the side of the road. Alright, welcome to my temporary abode. Please make yourself at home while I put on some tea. Alright, let's talk. This is an important conversation to have, because now they know of me. Alright.
Ah, a wonderful aroma. I feel more relaxed already.
Would that I had sweetmeats to offer, but I travel light out of habit. There's plenty of hot water though, so please have as much tea as you like. Now then, will you tell us your tale?
Here we go. Where do we start? In the future I came from. Calamity called the final days have befallen the world.
Why don't you start from the beginning?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Do I tell them that I'm a Zem too? Or Sundered Shard? Man, I keep talking, don't I? There's hiding the mother crystal right there. The Asian La Habrea. Emetsuka Amaro. Oh. Oh. Zodiark. I killed Zodiark. I should. Oh. There's so much. So much they have to process.
Preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
While not the words I would have chosen, I too have my doubts. Much of it borders on the incredulous.
It's okay. You don't have to
What of
believe
you,
me.
Vanar?
Not knowing the precise details of the first final days, it is difficult to determine the veracity of the tale. Supposing it is all true, I must ask myself why I would do what I did. Why would I feel I had no recourse but to oppose the 14 and create this Hydaelyn? Circumstances change, of course, but it would not have been an easy decision regardless. No, there must have been a reason. One compelling enough to force me to take such drastic measures. Then there is the Elpis flower, which I said would serve as a guide. That it's of import to your mission is plain, but your presence here leads me to believe that this place also holds significance. But what could it be? What are we meant to accomplish?
Might it not be simply thus? In the future, whence she came, the final days could not be averted. Mankind has no choice but to flee the star. By alerting us to that eventuality, perhaps you wish to pave the way for other futures.
Theoretically speaking, it is a possibility. Yet if that were my primary objective, I see no reason to guide our friend to Elpis specifically. The capital and Amarot, or even my own home would be more logical destinations.
I'm not stuck is thinking. This is fucking insane.
True, true. I note also that Hydaelyn did not specify a point in time to which she must return. By this, it may be inferred that it was not critical that we should meet.
Alternately, she had reason to believe that our paths would converge, coincidental though it may seem.
This is quite a puzzle, and we do not have all the pieces.
Hardly any. But we do have one immutable fact. If the final days are indeed as described, they will bring death to all that I hold dear. Yet despite being afforded long years of preparation, the only provisions I could make were for flight. Nay, my first and foremost endeavor would be to find a way to forestall the coming doom.
Given that even the 14 failed, mayhap you deemed it impossible.
Nothing is impossible. This I have always believed. And if Hydaelyn is indeed me, she would believe the same.
Listen to yourself. Are you seriously entertaining the notion that you are a messianic figure in some far-fetched tale? Well, I will not. I refuse to accept that our world could be undone by some unforeseen calamity. I also take offense to my portrayal as a megalomaniacal madman. To sacrifice oneself for the star is a noble act, and I would hold those who gave themselves to this zodiac in the highest esteem. Yet, you claim I recreated Amarot and populated it with phantoms of our people? A bizarre indulgence that would be insulting to their memory. Worse still, I even invited you there. Literally invited my own downfall. Why would I do something so idiotic and inexplicable? Now, I will allow that the hypothetical task of restoring our world would be daunting in the extreme. The thought of having to bear such a burden for 1,000 lives horrifies me. But I would never forsake my duty. I would never forsake my brethren. You do not know me. I've had my fill of your fiction. I will return to my duty, and you will not bother me again.
And he did not like that.
Emmett Selk, wait!
You've seen much of Elpis already. If you have any observations to share, I should like to hear them.
Dynamis is key to all this, although I won't deny that Hermes and Meteon aren't.
Ah yes, the energy distinct from ether. Though not my field, I have a basic understanding of Dynamis. And you say Hermes researched the phenomenon in the course of creating Meteon? Yes, I believe this warrants further investigation.
Do I get to work with Mother Heidelin?
With that settled, 'tis time for action. The missing pieces of the puzzle are here, I'm certain of it. And when you find them, the picture my future self has painted will be complete, and you will have your answer. Now suffice it to say, I will aid you in your quest.
I can only think of Emmett right now.
Have faith. If Emmett Selk is the man Azum described to me, we've not seen the last of him.
What if he's going to go get Azum right now? Emma and Hythlodaeus really... Holy shit! I need to... I need to pee. I forgot I was muted. Shall we begin our investigations then? I am acquainted with Hermes, of course, but only as a visitor received by the chief overseer of Elpis. And the man himself rarely know that which is common knowledge. Thus, I suggest we fall back on the tried and true method of conversing with the locals. The observers who live here can surely tell us more of Hermes and Meteion, and have a good idea of where we might begin. Jesus fuck! This game is... Oh my fucking god, dude. This game... I don't know how else to put it. This game is like no other, man. Renard, please talk to me, Mom. See the woman standing in front of yonder building? Her name is Ismian. She is the one who has made arrangements for my stay at Elpis, and from what I can recall, she has held her position here for quite some time. Chances are she can provide us with some insight. Go on, ask your questions. I'll help with drawing out answers if need be, but I'll leave the choice of topic up to you. Well, what's up? Questions for me? Well, I suppose I have no other pressing duties at the moment. Alright. Greetings, it's me. My friend is desperately curious about Chief Hermes. He's wondering if I might indulge him. Certainly, Mrs. Renat. Anything to be of service. What do you wish to know? What kind of person is Hermes? Well, I can only answer from my own experience, but... I'll describe him as a quiet man, reserved you might say. Occasionally somewhat poor with his choice of words. His reticent nature, however, does not prevent him from carrying out his duties as chief overseer. The man is a walking archive when it comes to life forms. He can discuss any species in incredible detail, the leading authority on concepts with the power of flight. Hope this answers your question. Is there anything else? How long has Meteion been here? I cannot rightly say. As the chief's personal creation, Meteion has not been subjected to observation and study like other concepts. So one day she was simply there. And what do you make of her abilities? Thanks for now. I understand she's highly unusual and familiar, able to read emotions and communicate directly with one's mind. Especially exactly how she was created with that talent, however, is a mystery to me. My apologies. I wish I could explain her nature in more depth, but I've not had an occasion to discuss it with Chief Hermes. You trust him? Beg your pardon, I know Chief Hermes for many years. Though I cannot say we are close, he's never withheld information to the detriment of all our duties, that's what you mean. Curious. So perhaps someone could tell us more about Meteion. Ami Tamaios. He was similar expertise with flying concepts, and is more than eager to discuss the subject. Find him conducting his observations on the banks of the stream, somewhere to the east. Unless you take a particular joy in rambling discourse, I suggest you keep your questions concise. Keep that in mind. Thank you for your patience and insight. Think nothing of it. If there's aught else you need during your stay, please do not hesitate to ask. Come, I think we've taken enough of Smeev's time. Yeah? Investigation's off to a fine start, wouldn't you agree? From here, I propose we split up. I shall continue making inquiries with the resident observers. We can track down the colleague Eastman mentioned. While I did feel compelled once or twice during that previous conversation, you seem more than capable in drawing out forth the answers you seek. All that I ask is watch your footing around the stream. You can meet back once you finish speaking with this Timalos. Or is it Timaeus? I cannot tell. Is that an L or an I? I'll say L. It's an I! God, my eyesight. Well, it's actually just because it's far away. Still. Still. Timaeus. Yes, I'm Timaeus. Please keep your voice down. You startled the birds. Now here we go. What is it you wish to speak about? What do you think of Chief Hermes' flying creations? Chief Hermes' work? Or a worthy subject indeed. Those beings who soar through the clouds, majestic and grateful, are ever favored of creators. Even so, with so many varieties in existence, the flood of newly imagined concepts continues unabated. What sets the chief creations apart, however, is how they benefit from its boundless knowledge of the celestial realm. Birds climb so high they disappear from view, others which traverse the boundless sky in moments, and all without riding the currents. I know none of save who can conceive of such marvels, even if we, who prize elegance of all form, have been founded by his genius. Betion too, then, is a marvel. My opinion on that matter would be superficial at best. Despite my admiration for Betion as a concept, or fuck, never delved too deeply into the inner workings of her nature. All I know is that she has a gift for communication via emotion, otherwise her abilities are a mystery to me. Chief Hermes should submit Betion's concept to the Bureau, and the design will be registered for public scrutiny, analyzing a colleague's creation before that step is frowned upon in the civics. Of course, if you came to me, a fellow artisan looking for advice, that would be an entirely different story. You know Dynamis and Intellecties? Dynamis and Intellecties. Those terms do sound vaguely familiar. Is there not the flower made in Elpis which exhibit the properties of one or the other? It must have been centuries since I've had past that anyone speak of such things. Has there been a resurgence of interest? Why bring up the subject? You flattered you saw my insight, but I cannot afford to neglect my duties for the sake of idle chatter. Interesting. Well, I think the other one, as much as he would be interested, he's on his work thing, so he would have cut me off. Anyway. But nah! Hello. Back already? That was quick work. Must be cover enough to head off of that rambling that's being mentioned. Do you have any findings to share? No. Even an expert in the field has little understanding of BTN's capabilities, let alone awareness of Dynamis. My question resulted in much the same answers. From his colleagues treat BTN as his personal project and can provide no details beyond what you told me. This need be believed. A person with any significant knowledge of Dynamis is Hermes himself. Yes, we made some progress here, but more information is needed if we were to reach any definitive conclusions. At present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of Dynamis, and the Intellecties which can control it. Yet most scholars are only vaguely aware of these terms, let alone study them in any depth. Except for Hermes, it seems. That I am inclined to stay on current course and learn all we can about the Chief Overseer and his familiar. On that subject, is there aught else of note you could tell me about Vitia, except for an unorthodox method of communication? That one. Whether you mentioned that earlier. Any event, would you care to elaborate? These siblings of hers now travel the great expanse in search of deeper meaning. Thank you. Though the mystery at hand remains unresolved, I feel you touch upon a vital clue, one we should keep in mind as we continue. Next, I propose we take ourselves to Perpetua Crystalline, not far from here. Just follow the path to the west. I need to stop at some point because I have shit to do. But God, this game is just doing things, man. They just go and do them, man. I can't wait to like see reactions like when Rich comes up here and he's an Emmet Suckfrog. Dude, I want to hear what Belior says, and I want to know what the actual Final Fantasy creators say. Because I'm sure people like the top tier raiders that are lore frogs, like Whoops, kinda, and Svea definitely. Oh, and Mr. Happy. They must fucking be in shock. Ugh. The tower and this one are further along our part of Perpetua Crystalline, the facility which the archive all of Elpis's observational and testing records. Despite how they appear from the outside, the interior is actually a vast area of magically interconnected spaces, which, while fascinating, is not the reason we are here, is it? I shall cut my architectural lessons short to see what these two archivists have to share. If I find someone to speak to over at the other tower, I shall join you there anon. Interesting. You have questions for me? Certainly. Just a moment while I conclude my current appointment. Indeed, so if you can provide a comprehensive log of his behaviors, we should indeed have sufficient data for official records. Now, what is it you wish to speak to me about? I'm curious about Deeves. Chief Overseer's personal research project. And by that, I assume you mean Meteon. His undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes past without seeing a researcher tread by one creation or another. I'm afraid I cannot tell you exactly when Meteon appeared, only that she now spends much of her time at Chief Hermes' side. Although I do recall an interesting tale my dearest Galeen shared with me. Galeen is my partner and a fellow researcher here in Elpis, returning late one night when she caught sight of Chief Hermes setting Meteon heavensward, a host of them. For several days she would speak of that scene with wonder, describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she had ever witnessed. Sounds like a story I would like to hear. There's just not. I thought you already returned to the surface. Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to our concept placement proposal. Pray do not mention it. As you say, my original plan is to leave after that task, but I've since become engrossed with Chief Hermes' research. Won't you favor me with a retelling of the sight which so delighted your Galeen? Of course, you could hear it from her lips directly if you prefer. At present, she should be observing a subject in Metabasis Delisali. There's a door time there, watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing upon the salty waters of the world's oceans, recreated in such sublime detail. So I imagine you find similar joy in indulging your boundless curiosity images went on, even though such pursuits must continuously and regretfully delay your return to the star. Indeed they do. Since the rest was well-deserved and long overdue, I should think. How greatly you were prospered for your wisdom you accumulated during your travels as Aslan. What would Elpis be without your earlier academic work? Theories you developed in service basis of the many techniques still used today. Man is a creature of contemplation, but not embody that nature as much as your enduring passion. As much enduring passion as you. I dare say there's not a soul alive more worthy of return. I shall rejoice the day you depart on your final journey. I will be honored. Oh, we shall take this opportunity to meet with Galeen in person. Allow me to reconfigure the doors to the archives here. I mean, let's talk. Thank you. Alright, up we go! I opened the path of the Skyway. To pass through the door, simply walk straight across to the next tower and ask for admittance at the upper tier. Upon arriving at your upper tier, straight across the Skyway. Walk straight across the Skyway and you will find yourself at the entrance to Metabesos de la Sal. Sal-E. That's an I, yeah. Galeen will be eager to share her tale with you, I'm sure. Whoa! Whoa! This is beautiful. Towerhead is still part of Perpetua Crystalline, waiting to ask for passage to the upper tier. So Vana is pretty influential. It's just Vana, just passing through. Allow me to prepare the path. If you need further assistance, there's always an observer or two out on the upper skyway. Whoa. Whoa. This is high up. Now I'm a little scared. Unhurried observer. Which is Vana, not told to explain. We would have prepared for official welcome. Please, there's no need for fanfare. I only wish to speak with Galeen. That might be arranged. Yes, Galeen, of course, a former meeting. But she may be engaged in the testing phase. You could be in for something of a wait. Shall I let her know your business is urgent? That won't be necessary. The lovely view will keep us occupied until she's ready to receive us. Alright, Mother Hadelin, let's have a talk, you and I. Will you reveal your true colors? Or will you stay the same because you're homie?
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view.
Oh, sorry.
What is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place?
Parts, yes. Other parts, not so much.
Dark hidden places, rife with danger. Those have an altogether different, but no less powerful sort of appeal. While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures? Well, not the portentous events which led you here, but the simple delights all your own.
Can I talk
By learning
about
the
first?
future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans. But more than that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveler. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account.
She's so pretty. Okay. I wonder what I'm telling her about. Her chiffon. Oh. Oh, her chiffon. That was his hand thing.
Incredible. Would that I could have been there to see it.
Yeah.
Yours is a harsh and unforgiving world. Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue. To know that the light of mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart. Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every word.
But not being
As
a
you know,
former
I was once a
Asm
scholar.
enemy.
And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind? Riddles and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe. We too are miracles, each and every one of us, born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity. When I fully grasped the improbability of our existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, it could be done.
How optimistic.
A passion swelled within me. An epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true. And a presence without. Immense, yet intimate. Fate, perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace. As reassuring as it was intimidating. How keenly aware I became of creation's fragility. Built as it is upon precarious happenstance. I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately, to hear its voice, feel its breath.
To think.
I ventured forth on a journey that very day, so very long ago now.
She didn't finish the line. What the fuck? I can't check. This is...
Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new, and so beautiful.
very
Lands
true.
that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people, beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning, and my purpose, my love.
Aww.
And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star. Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it. A moment she can let go and walk unto the end. Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way. You, who are our future, tell me this, and tell me true. Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
Yes.
Pray forgive my lateness.
Oh, I just got cut off.
My observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
No need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes' creations. Meteon. You witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
Oh, that! Yes, yes, I did. It was in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation. As I walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone, like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up, then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy on an isle to the south but Hermes and Meteon, the Matea, rather. There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
A dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though. He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling he's nearing a breakthrough.
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls. Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Please.
What a cutscene. God. I love Vana. What a homie. I love her. I love her for once. I love her motivation. I respect you, homie. So, now the piece of the puzzle falls into place. From what we've learned thus far, I think we should safely conclude that Hermes isn't revealing the details to his research to others. I'll suggest that either someone will appropriate his discoveries and make use of them, or Hermes himself will have a hand in causing the final days. We have no reason to suspect the former, we should consider the latter the more likely possibility. Proceeding under the assumption, our next step should be to define why, or even if, we might desire such a terrible fate for our star. Oh, I know why. Van Daniel explained it to me. Right. But now has a new course of investigation in mind. We'd like to visit the site which Hermes sent forth to Matea. We are fortunate we might find some hint of what drives this research of his. I mean, it's because of his dislike of hurting creatures, or something like that. I feel like that would have something to do with why. I don't think he joins the council for the convocation because if he's the only one who can control or the person who knows much about the emotion power, the Akasha. I forgot the actual name they have it for him. But yeah, he does have a hand in the final days, so to speak. Because the final days are based on the emotion of the people. So I wonder. Uh-oh. Oh, I almost fell up. Well, I'll. Oh, over there. Now, if I were conducting some mystery research, where would I go? What about that one? How do you mean to fly? It's quite the distance away. Not yet. Convenient, but hardly an insurmountable problem. To me, Argos. Ah! My friend, would you mind me creating a double to carry Satsuko over there to that island? Stubborn creature. There's no place of the stars we've not traveled and still remains obstinate in the presence of strangers. Arcos is rather exacting standards, I'm afraid. I know an Argos. The moon. You've ridden him before. Ah, yeah, before meaning my after. Not confusing at all, that's... Not at all confusing, that. Interesting. It is certainly not unthinkable. Speaking of the here and now, your solution is us to face off in a sparring match. What? Demonstrate to him that you are capable of holding your own against me in battle, and you should convince Argos you are worthy of his back. Besides, if we teach a thing or two in this bargain. Oh, she's gonna fucking roll me. Is that what you're saying? You seem doubtful, but useful lesson or not, there should be certain to be a moment to remember. Memory of the distant past to cherish. What would you say, traveler out of time? Choose your battlefield. I admire your confidence. Clear your mind, prepare your weapons. I wait you at the clearing over yonder. That is so cool. I'm gonna fight for Na. Alright. I will destroy you. And then I'll force you to become Heidelin. That's how bad my beat up will be. I wonder what weapon she would use. I think she was a Dragoon or something, whatever that weapon of hers was. Because she kind of like did the Dragoon jump. The Dragoon jump. Here we go. Look at that. The duty. I kind of miss having a duty. Now begin. Be warned, I won't go easy on you. I'll destroy you, bro. This shit easy.
Let neither side hold back.
Jesus. Wait, this song.
My blade sings!
Oh wait, no, she's a paladin too. Her stats is so fantastic. Oh shit. Uh-oh. Here we go. Confiteor! Whoa!
My blade sings!
Drive the
Impressive.
PGM 100.
I shall have to try something different.
She jobs changed! She's dead, sir! Oh god! She's stealing my jobs!
No quarter. Have a taste.
Alright, here we go. This is such a sick fight! Wait!
I see you won't be easily overcome, but neither will I.
She's job changing, is she not? There it is. White mage. Ouch. This is such a sick duty.
Prepare yourself.
This is so cool. Of course, she has the might of a traveler. It's the Yotsu mechanic.
We've only just begun. Come at me with your all.
No. Back to Paladin.
Very well. Let us move to the final trial.
She did not.
chains, shed your burdens, and show me your strength of will!
Whoa! Nothing.
You still stand. People of your time are more resilient than I had dared hope. I have seen enough.
That was so cool. That song. Oh, the song. It was so good.
'Twas my intent to finish it, but clearly I underestimated you. One would think I never learn. I made the same mistake with Azem when we first sparred. Despite being less than half my age, her strength was astounding.
That's...
As is yours. 'Tis plain you have weathered considerable hardship. Far more even than your tales would suggest. It seems we have both learned much on our journeys. Well now, I dare say he has warmed to you.
Oh.
A boon
Oh.
to be sure. He never forgets his favorites, and is ever eager to come to their aid.
Never forgets his favorites. Oh. Hi. You're so cute. At least that's what I think they were. Argos will soon have us standing on the very spot where the Matea made their departure into the night sky. With the luck, we'll learn something of Hermes' intentions. My hope is that we find no connection, no festering wish for oblivion, that we might have Hermes and his considerable expertise working for us rather than against us. Flower upon your return. But now has Argos and his double at heel. Let's move over to the mount. Move over to the edge of our mountain, shall we? That will allow Argos to catch the currents rising up from below and give us a smooth ride over to the isle. What about sluts? I'm one. Dog. So let's do dog. That. You little sluts. You are sluts, boy sluts. Mm-hmm. Argos motions to his back with his muzzle. You give him the go-ahead. Hop on. Well, Vana. Isn't this pleasant? Argos certainly thinks so. Wow, this island was farther away than I thought it would be. What's the name of that tree? Ah, Notiphorian. Quite exciting specimen, is it not? Brace yourself for the landing. I wouldn't want you tumbling off at the last moment.
Quite a small place, lacking even the most basic equipment. The present may yield no clues, but we may yet try perusing the past. Have you done this before? So you cannot control the power freely. Worry not. I shall assist you.
Oh yeah, my echo is just random.
Come and stand before me. There are two ways to see the past. The first entails peering through the walls of the soul in the moment a subject is recalling a memory. The second requires no subject, and is instead a process of piecing together an event from ripples left in the ambient ether. As memories are etched upon the ether of the soul, so too are they etched upon the ether of the world. In this way can history be preserved. Such memories are given to fading, however, and can prove challenging to visit. But come, let us try. Close your eyes.
The echo. It's been a while since I've had an echo vision. They haven't been relying on it as much as...
All units fully functional and proceeding on course towards their respective stars. Estimated time to completion of survey is 108 cycles. End of status report. Severing connection with shared consciousness. Did you hear that, Hermes? All is well.
Yes. Good tidings at long last. Every step of the way, I've been reminded how little we understand creation. How the universe defies imagination.
But soon we won't need to speculate. We'll know the answers. What others live for.
Indeed. And we'll owe it all to you and your sisters.
Oh.
I wonder what answers we will get.
Whatever intelligent beings that exist out there are bound to be vastly different from us. Diverse in form and culture. Possessed of unique ways of thinking. Their conception of life and its purpose will be no exception. Completely and utterly unlike ours.
Utterly unlike... how?
I have no idea. Yet whatever answers we receive, I will not dismiss them out of hand. No, I will think earnestly on them all. and I will share them with our people, that together we may contemplate our own existence. Perhaps then our star will become a better place, not only for man, but for all life. Meteon, though I gave you wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet, learn to walk and run and so much more. And when you return, older and wiser, we will have a celebration to mark your homecoming and coming of age both.
Will there be apples? Covered in syrup?
Oh.
And how are you supposed to eat them? Rather than food, perhaps... a flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
I feel like this will only end in tragedy. Hermes and Meteon. Dude. Scared. It worries me. You can't have just a wholesome moment.
So, what is your opinion? I'm inclined to agree. As we had suspected, the two are somehow involved. Yet 'tis difficult to believe that they would deliberately seek to end all life. In light of this, I propose that we reveal your tale to Hermes himself. If he does not wish for the final days, as we believe, he may well join us in pursuing a solution.
I think we have to. Yeah, it's early course
Then
of
it is
all.
settled. Let us seek out our friend with all swiftness. 'Twould not do to let such a pure soul be blackened by tragedy.
God, I love that piano rendition of Answers. It's so solemn. How worrying and not. And yet somehow there's still the stress within it. It's just a bundle of emotions, that rendition is. And to be honest, I don't mind. There are any number of places which Hermes might be an Elpis. And we can do so much to look for Kitsis Hyperborea, the largest vicinity. It's that the Ethos Selecticos Boreas, the Northern Isle. I wonder, Sensica, for an institution which claims to studiously research every species destined for release into the world. We should not question how they find room for all of them in such few islands. The answer lies with the Kitsis itself. I touched upon the practice before back at the archives, where a vast area is stitched together out of multiple conceptual spaces. The same holds true for the interior of this facility and its magically constructed environments. It's there, within the sprawling habitats of the chief overseer, and most of Elpis' observers conduct the bulk of their work. Come, the simplest route is via teleporter of the north of Pointon Oikos. Ooh. We're nearing the end, aren't we? The game is asking me to do the last two quests. The Ether quests. Maybe up here we'll meet La Habrea. Because I know La Habrea loves creating things. That's what Pandemonium's all about. To be assumed. Assuming that Pandemonium is La Habrea and his creations. Pandemonium is probably situated in the underworld. Academia students. Visitor too, aren't you? Perhaps you're willing to help me. Just happened to see a blue-haired woman in the area. She wouldn't have been wearing a mask. She and I are students of Academia Niter, and we've attended to spend our downtime visiting Elpis together. We're just on our way until she realized she got something back in Anabarissus. She ran back. That was the last I saw of her. She can a bit... how shall I put it? Scatterbrained? So she may have simply gotten lost on her way back. I would not rather search for her myself. What if she comes back while I'm away? So if it isn't too much trouble, perhaps it would be so kind as to look for her. I guess she won't be wearing a mask, so just stand out a touch. Find her in the area of Philimitus Notos. Okay, so she's down there. Alright, before we move on to the next area, this is such a great zone, Myra. Yep. An unexpected guest. Well, this is a pickle. What am I to do with... Please tell me you're here to deliver a message from Cleon. You are familiar, yes? That seems familiar. Oh, and I do like the name, Satsuka. You belong to Aslam. What has become of a visitor from Amara, who was meant to arrive some time ago? A wildlife subjects are accustomed to the presence of long-term observers. When someone outside of Elpis comes to visit, the reactions will be somewhat unpredictable, and occasionally violent. Visitors don't wear masks, so she can visit the spots. Alright. Look at this. Look at this place and tell me this isn't Elpis. I was looking on the map, and I was just like, that has to be Elpis. Or like, before I knew it, I was like, that has to be something. And then now that I know that these Sea of Islands is Elpis, and that looks similar to a Sea of Islands, then I have the right to assume that it is Elpis. Although we could be going to the Ethereal Sea in the next bit. Thank you for taking the initiative. I was sure about the etiquette of destroying a creature under observation. I'm Cleon, recently arrived from Amaro. I'm assuming Maya sent you to fetch me. Well, better not keep her waiting any longer. You're not, so I'll avoid upsetting any more of the local inhabitants. Good job, Cleon. You know, I kind of like being an honorary asset. There we go. Well. Well, that's maintenance for you. Thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow, we shall finish Elpis. Elpis shall be finished by me. And we shall move on. I believe the next order will be Elpis, Labyrinthos, and then the 6th zone. And then we're done. So we're almost there. Whew. I'm excited. See you soon.